We had a whole bunch of freezing rain overnight. It is like a skating rink out here. But it's like 2 degrees above freezing. This is the time between Christmas and New Year's. And generally I don't do a lot of work related things, but I always do stuff in the shop. I'm the kind of a guy who needs music in my shop. And I've had this Bose player here for a long time, and it did great. I just plugged that into my laptop. But we have removed a sound system from the house. I'm not actually going to put them there. I'm going to make some brackets and mount them up there. Up there, here is the receiver for it. It's not a high-end system, I don't believe. I got a subwoofer there. And initially this was a surround sound system. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these brackets that I had made up previously. You see, the issue I have here is that the supports run this way. And so it's not like I've got studs going straight up and down that I can hit. So I made this thing up. So I'm going to basically have one leg bolt through here, and then it'll just be supported on there. But I think what I'll do is I'll set 2 of these out, and then I'll put a piece of plywood for this to sit on. So I'll have this thing right here, and I've got an old iPad that I might glue to the wall, and that will be my entire sound system, so I can stream music services, play from my Apple playlist, whatever I want. And then we'll have the 2 big speakers, one there, and then under here we'll put the subwoofer. And then the plan is that I'll have the iPad permanently plugged into power, and essentially we should have really good sounding audio for the shop. Kind of eerie weather. It's like raining, it's just above freezing. It's not as slippery as it was, but this morning I couldn't even walk out here. It was terrible. All right, what do we got for some flat stock? These are leftover slats from the gate, but that's heavier than I want. Ooh, heavy. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not sure how much we're gonna need, but hey, it's perfect to put that stereo on. Just to make sure we've got enough options. Oh, this is the perfect size. Yeah, that'll be great. I wonder. There's an easier way to get this done. Beauty. Is that too easy? So I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's the solution, because I can try it out for a few days and see if I actually like it up there. I can still mount the receiver. And then the iPad that I want to use with this, it's having some issues right now staying connected to the Wi-Fi. And as you can see, this thing has got some major damage to it, but my plan is I could just take this, I don't even know what generation, this is an older one. Oh, YouTube, there you go. You can kind of use some double-sided tape and actually just tape it to the wall and have it always powered on. And essentially I just come here, maybe we could stick it right here, just pick what you want to listen to, and so long as it stays connected to the Wi-Fi, we should be okay. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try just setting that, it's like a 2x10 up there, and then we'll go ahead and mount this shelf and just get it tested, see what it sounds like, see if it's gonna work. So. That way we can put some screws up so that that base doesn't fall down. These holes, a quick deburr. These little suckers, they're such a handy little tool. Actually put it, because I want to be close to the power, we'll put it right here and here. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Give it a shot. Special nail screws. Excellent. All right, we'll stick this on there. Oh, yeah, we can get at that. Okay. Yeah. Now we're talking, huh? All right, so I picked these up. Princess Auto, and these fiberglass rods, they're about like, I don't know, 3 feet a piece, and they thread together, and they come in like a 10-pack, and it's super handy because times like this, like I need to get some cables, so I can just fish this down behind the bench, hook the cables onto this end, and pull them up. I think all 4 of them at once. Hot deals. Love it. Love it when a redneck plan comes together. And then it's a matter of just wiring everything up and seeing if it rocks. Unable to join the wireless blah 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 blah. This thing is driving me nuts. That's some good sound. Alright, so how can I show you that this thing works without like getting copyright? Well, I could just show you one of my YouTube videos. Hot water in them. And that's how this shop. I put the woofer up there. When I started kind of messing with this a little bit, I ended up having a big puddle of water on the other side of this wall, hot, steamy water. So I think what happened is when people turned off this system, there wasn't glycol in the lines, it was just water. That's loud.
The one thing with speakers this loud, I think we're gonna have to start using these, you know, these horns just to talk to each other across the room. Hey, hon, how you doing? Actually, I don't know, we'll have to see. That's a little bit of an overkill, but when you're by yourself working in a shop and, oh man, it is nice to have music that can fill a room. You know, the bigger speakers, I mean, this Bose technology is great, but there is something totally different than, you know, a bigger speakers. And even these towers aren't that big. I have a friend who is a real audiophile. And man, he's got like, I think he paid 30 grand for his speakers, and those things sound like definitely better than the bullhorn.
Well, I'm gonna leave it there for a while, and I'm just gonna try it out to see if I like the sound being up there. And if I do, I'll probably just build a bracket for the top of it, and I'll leave the bottom supported on that 2x10, and I'll tilt them down and have that little bracket that I was gonna make, and we'll tap into the sides there. That would help the sound out a bit because it'll kind of bring it down a little bit rather than just straight out. But with the woofer there, I'm just gonna try it for a little bit. If it works good, I'll build a little platform. You can't really see it, but the legs are barely on that 2x10. And so I'd feel better if I had an actual piece of plywood there. I could screw to that 2x10, but I'm pretty happy with this. I gotta do a little cable management, kind of clean everything up, make it look good. But when I'm working in here, like I'm working on motorbikes over there, it's not that I want the music loud, but I want it full. And the smaller the speaker, the harder it is to get that fullness in a room. And even these for this area are probably not enough, but it is a massive improvement over the Bose system. And that Bose was just fine, but my son got a record player for Christmas, so maybe he can hook it up to there and use that. But I'm really, really stoked about this. There's one more thing I'd like to get done today. And in my old garage, this was my main workbench. And what I was able to do in that place was drop a cord from the ceiling, and I could have power here for things like my etcher for etching knives. I had a lamp basically where this camera is sitting right now, a little lamp for doing intricate work. And then just other times when you wanted to plug something in here, I don't have that. And since this is an island and these ceilings are, I think it's 14-foot ceilings, I picked up some of these little cord traffic management things from Princess Auto. Again, thank you for sponsoring this video, Princess Auto. Princess Auto has been the greatest place to go to in setting up a shop. Even for things as simple as this, 19 bucks for these, that's like 4 feet, I believe. And essentially I can just stick an extension cord underneath here, and I will go from that wall right behind the old air compressor. There's an outlet. I can connect these together like that. And then essentially I will have this on the ground. I might put a little silicone or something down, but basically that way I won't be walking, like tripping on the cord. I also have one that's gonna go from that wall and bring power to the underside of this bench for plugging angle grinders and stuff like that into. So while we got a little bit more time in the day, let's get those done quick. It's obviously a very complicated project. It's gonna take a lot of careful considerations. I need one more. I guess this one that was gonna go to under the workbench, I'll have to pick up an extra one. But again, got engineering team on it and careful considerations, voila. Now we've got to talk with our power running crew, trying to get the permits necessary to run the power. Now we're talking to our hookup committee to see about hooking these up. Yes, we've got authorization. We've got the cable under there. We're gonna give that a shot, see how it works. Again, that might be something that drives me absolutely nuts. So we're just gonna try it for a bit, but I'll hook up the power. If worst comes to worst, I could run power down from the ceiling, but that's a lot more work than just putting up these little plastic things. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers.